I don't know why. In my
Every
head.
time.
Well, so like in my head, I was going to say, we're your hosts. But then nothing came out because I was thinking too hard.
No, I mean, we totally can't. What kills me about this, which is why I'm giggling, we've done this for over a year and we still can't do a normal intro.
A year and a half, in fact.
Is it a year and a half? I feel like we should just do, what's the SNL thing? Just do a cold open where we just jump into something. We don't intro and then we intro, which we kind of do anyway, usually.
We do.
But,
Yeah. Today, I forgot to tell you, I got my lip
I was going to say, it
oil
looks nice.
from Kulfi, which is an Indian makeup brand. Yeah, it's great. It's very hydrating. That's then pretty. It stays on your lips. So right now it's the oil, but if I were to wipe it off, which it'll come off while I drink my beer, the color will still stay behind.
Nice. That's exciting.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I'm wearing their eyeliner, but I've had that forever. Now, if you see me wearing eyeliner, probably since this podcast, it's probably been their eyeliner. I've had it forever.
Nice. But yeah, so welcome to our show. We are two of the most awkward people on earth to be doing a podcast, apparently. But here we are. We're thriving.
I've seen worse. I think we're fine. But yes.
That's true. I don't listen to a whole lot of podcasts, to be honest.
I used to listen to more since I've gotten into books, and then I recently started on this thing where I decided I'm gonna watch all of Survivor. So that's what I've been watching. I'm on season 13, so I've done pretty good, actually.
Wow.
I started with season 1.
Great.
Because they build on each other, and you gotta know, because people come back, it's a whole thing. But
yeah, totally.
I had to know all of it. I like reality TV, but I have certain kinds. Anywho, so I don't listen to them as much. There's one podcast that I listen to, but they're like professional YouTubers for the last 10 years. So they got it down. I
listened to primarily rewatch podcasts. So I listened to The Office Ladies talking about The Office, which is one of my favorite shows. And it's so fun. I love it so much. It's a really fun podcast. But then I listened to the Drama Queens podcast for a while, which was One Tree Hill Rewatch.
Interesting. I've never seen One Tree Hill.
Oh my God, it is so dramatic and angsty. It's so good. I highly recommend.
I mean, I'm ready to sob, so I'm good.
It's actually quite funny in addition to being so angsty. It's great. Yeah.
Is that the one that Drake's from?
No, that's Degrassi, which I have not seen.
Okay. In my mind, they're the same show.
I think Chad Michael Murray would be really sad to hear you say that, but that's okay.
I do love Chad Michael Murray, but I mostly know him from Cinderella Story, so.
That's fair. Yeah, it's actually kind of an epic tale of two brothers. They're half brothers. One is the chosen golden boy, and they play basketball is the whole thing. And then Chad Michael Murray is the outcast half son. His mom got pregnant with him, and then they broke up, and because his dad cheated on her with some, I'm probably saying this wrong. Anyways, it's the story of two brothers who basically hate each other, but then you end up really loving the villain brother the most because he's great.
I always do. Yeah, that's
Nathan.
That's
I'm a Nathan Scott girly. I'm sorry, Chad, but I'm a Nathan Scott girly. So.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I do love Chad.
Yes.
But
yes. Anyways, so that's for our welcome to Book Witches with the B. I'm Orja. That's Colleen.
Hi.
Anyways, we are talking about The Phoenix King today.
Yeah.
Chapters 7 through 9.
Yes.
I actually didn't. I listened a tiniest bit ahead today. I have read the book before, so it's not that big of a deal for me.
Yeah.
But we're getting to the meat of it, and I cannot wait to hear your thoughts about this section because we discover a lot.
I'm very excited. I did stop. I stopped this time. I didn't accidentally read a chapter ahead. I was upset about it.
Nice.
But I did it.
Very good. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. I was driving, so it was impressive.
So that is impressive.
Yeah.
I was literally just sitting at my desk listening to it, and then about a minute into chapter 10, I was like, whoops.
Yes. Yeah. No, I did.
Whoops. Okay, well, shall we go to our chapter recap?
Let's go.
Chapter recap.
Woo.
All right. And I like to read the little excerpts at the beginnings because they're very relevant, but like in unexpected ways, I feel like.
That's fair.
Okay. Chapter 7, which is from Alina's point of view. When Ravens was still a young kingdom, sandstorms raged along the borders. Queen Ashara had claimed that her god brought the storms to ward off invaders. This is a lie. While examining the weather patterns of that area, one must note the freak occurrence called Baru. A passing of a comet amplified the northern winds and thus the storms. This all goes to show that the phoenix is a myth and the kingdom a sham. Excerpt from an opinion piece in the Janthari Times. All right. Princess Alina sits with her father, King Leo, in the lavish throne room, noting the calculated use of beauty and scent to manipulate visitors into a false sense of safety. Alina resents these tactics and envisions ruling differently when she becomes queen. Preparations are made for the desert oath, reminding Alina of her own brutal desert rite of passage called the Registan. Through the Registan, Alina mastered desert survival, meditation, and ancient Ravani fighting styles. She trained in the martial traditions of the legendary desert spiders, once fire-wielding warriors whose power was lost. They are the ancestors of the Yumi warriors, actually.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes. Alina, while she's recalling like her time surviving the desert, she recalls when she got back from her time in the desert. King Leo briefly acknowledged her readiness by placing the crown from his head on hers, but she returned it feeling like the weight was quite heavy, and she has not since felt the weight of it on her head. She's like, not until I'm crowned, not until I'm ready. Samson Kitu arrives at court with his party, including Yasin Knight, who is a known assassin and traitor. We know this, but this is where they all meet. I'm so excited.
This was what I accidentally read ahead, and I was like, I can't talk about it.
It's so good.
It's fine.
Alina is wary of Samson's confidence and disturbed by Yasin's quiet, disciplined presence. Samson offers a political alliance and marriage to Alina, promising military support against Ravens's enemies, Janthar being the biggest one. As proof of loyalty, Samson provides intelligence exposing all active Arohasan agents in the capital. Recognizing the strategic necessity, Alina accepts the marriage proposal for the sake of Ravens. The alliance is sealed through the desert oath, with Samson and Yasin swearing loyalty through fire. Despite the agreement, Alina remains uneasy about Yasin, sensing both danger and familiarity. King Leo assigns Yasin to Alina's personal guard so he can be closely watched. Alina feels hurt by her father's emotional distance and lack of open approval, specifically regarding her acceptance of Samson's proposal, because she thinks about how her father and her mother really loved each other, and she's like, I guess I'll never really know what that means, but he's the one who arranged this whole thing, so why isn't he more happy about it? In private, Alina and her spear, Farma, discuss the mistrust of Yasin and concerns about control over Alina's guard. Basically, Farma's getting gold, and it brings some tension to surface. Yasin reports for duty early, showing confidence and combat readiness. Alina asserts her authority by ordering Yasin to spar with her Yumi spear to test his skill. Alina notices signs of a hidden injury on Yasin, confirming her suspicions and resolve to evaluate him closely. Chapter 8. And Chapter 8 is from King Leo's perspective. During the golden reign of the third prophet, storms washed the world until it was bright and new. Crops burst into valleys and along mountainsides. Children knew not of hunger. The world knew not of war. Will a time like this ever return? From the diaries of Priestess Nomu of the Fire Order. King Leo convenes a war council where his generals argue over the fate of Yasin Knight, many calling for his execution. Muftasa, head of intelligence, argues Yasin should be kept alive and used, while Samson insists that Yasin can be trusted. Leo privately believes Yasin cannot be trusted, but sees value in exploiting his desperation for information. Samson reports that his Black Scales forces are already deploying across the capital and desert outposts with advanced weaponry. Leah orders a military demonstration by the southern border to intimidate Genthar and deter King Farron from invading. The demonstration is named Black Sands Day, an ominous desert symbol associated with catastrophe before invasions. Samson presents the intelligence on the Arahasan network, identifying Maya as a key strategist operating in Rani. Using information provided by Yasin, Samson proposes capturing informants to lead them to Maya, starting with Giorna Vistik. The names in this book, I'm like, I don't know how to say any of them. It's fine.
I don't either.
Leo authorizes the capture of Vistik and other informants, delaying Yasin's execution until he is no longer useful. The council shifts to coronation logistics, though Leo remains preoccupied and watchful of Samson. Murtaza reveals evidence of a burned priest bearing runes, confirming disturbing religious signs. Leo declares that the seventh prophet is coming, a marked young girl who cannot burn after the initial marking. Leo believes the prophet's rise would bring catastrophic destruction, as the last prophet did. Samson openly doubts the prophet's existence, questioning Ravani religious beliefs. Leo counters that fire itself does not lie and confirms that the threat is real, regardless of belief. Intelligence points to a young girl in the western slums who fits the prophet's description and recently caused a fire after claiming a vision of the phoenix. Leo orders Muftasa and Samson to quietly locate and capture the girl and search for others like her. Despite moral dread, Leo resolves to execute the prophet before she can rise, believing it necessary to save Robbins. We also find out in this chapter that the deal that Samson made actually does include killing Yasin.
I had big feelings in the car when this happened. I go, no, and had some other choice words that were
Yep.
happening. I'm assuming he's thinking to just somehow get out of it, knowing him. But I had big boy feelings about it, or big girl feelings, however you want to feel about it. Big feelings.
Yep. Well, we don't really know what his plan was. Still. Unless I'm forgetting that I do know, but I don't think we do.
I have feelings. It's fine.
Yeah. And chapter 9, which is from Yasin's point of view. The Yumi are proud, powerful warriors. Only the women are gifted with weapon-like hair. For centuries, they led the most fearsome armies, some even going on to lead as queens. Fewer still were granted the power of the gods and became the Yamuna, fire wielders. However, the sixth prophet ended the Yamuna and killed many Yumi. Only a few hundred remain, and most have now closed themselves off in Moksh, their kingdom across the Ahi Sea. From the chapter 30 of the Great History of Sion. I have to discuss that specific detail in deep dive discussion. Don't let me forget.
Okay. Which detail?
The Yumi's homeland of Moksh.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, chapter 9. Yasin prepares for the sparring test in a game suit, anxious about his injured arm and the impossible balance of losing versus dishonoring Princess Alina if he wins. Samson warns Yasin that the match is a test and that one mistake could ruin them both. The game suit molds to Yasin's body, reviving memories of his Arohasan training days and his exceptional combat skills. The training chamber activates, featuring shifting black sand and a controlled battlefield observed by Alina, Samson, Firma, and the game master. Firma, Alina's Yumi spear, enters the field. Her living weapon is her hair, capable of hardening into deadly shards. The fight begins fast and brutal, with Firma pressing Yasin using speed, terrain, and her hair blades. Yasin adapts to the shifting sand and Firma's rhythm, landing solid blows while sustaining injuries, including a cut to his cheek and the worsening pain in his burned arm. The match becomes a tactical dance, revealing Yasin's enjoyment of combat despite his regrets about his past. Firma exploits Yasin's injured arm, but he capitalizes on her fatigue and lands a decisive uppercut, ending the round. Firma and Yasin clash verbally, disagreeing on motives and loyalty to Robbins. Alina dismisses Firma and declares she will test Yasin herself. Alina fights with precision and mastery of the unsung style, deliberately overwhelming Yasin. Yasin allows himself to absorb Alina's blows, knowing he cannot fight her seriously. Samson intervenes to stop the match once Alina proves her point. Alina warns Yasin to fight properly next time and orders him cleaned up, confirming his place as her guard. Afterward, the game master advises Yasin to see a doctor about his arm, noting it is worsening. Samson apologizes, but Yasin insists on enduring for their shared future. Samson is king, himself absolved. As Yasin leaves, his arm grows hotter and more painful, and he becomes dizzy and disoriented. He barely reaches his room, collapses inside, and loses consciousness as a warm desert breeze drifts through the open window, which he does not remember opening.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. I was like, wait. No, and also the next POV, not in Yasin's point of view. I'm like, wait. It's in Leo's.
Like, that's so funny.
That's why I like realized because they switched point of views, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that brings us to the end of our chapter recap.
Woo.
Do you want to go to section superlatives?
Let's do it.
Da-da-da.
Woo.
Okay, drama queen.
Alina. I think. It's Alina, right? That's her name?
Tell me what. Yes, yeah.
Beat the crap out of him for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get there's a reason. I get it. I get that she's like, prove it. But like, she knows he can't hit back. She knows that it's like, she just wants to hit somebody because she's mad and Yasin's the poor target.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's my thought.
I do not disagree with that. I think that she gets the crown for drama queen, but I think we do have an honorary mention in King Leo because he, you know, he's like the last prophet, burned everything to the ground. And they're like, well, what makes you think the next prophet is? We've had like benevolent prophets before. And he's like, no. This one is going to kill us all, and I have to kill them first.
He is paranoid. I do feel like at some point, kind of similar to in Quicksilver, like Kingfisher is always the drama queen, or Saris. King Leo, I think, is always going to be the drama queen of this book.
He might be.
He has big boy feelings and is not good at regulating them, and probably needs to see a therapist for his paranoia, to be honest.
I don't disagree with
that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Alina, just like, she's just so frustrated and angry, and like in a very like, I'm royalty and I grew up privileged manner, just like completely kicks Yasin's butt, even though everyone knows that he could have probably defeated her. I don't think it would have been easy,
but I think
he has been a trained assassin for his entire life.
Same thing even with the Yumi person.
Yeah.
Like, I think he could have. I think it would have been a journey for him, but I think he could have.
Mm-hmm. So, yes. What about craziest thing to happen?
I don't know. It's hard because like recency bias says like him just passing out at the end of the chapter. That was I was like, oh, because like clearly it's still affecting him. Like it's still activated. It's between that and King Leo being like, kill that girl, but being conflicted about it, which I thought was really interesting. Like it was like the combo of both. Like him saying like kill her, that wasn't necessarily surprising, but him being like, I had this stone in my gut that every time I like thought about it, it just like twisted even more. Yeah,
his motivations are surprising.
Yeah.
Every time you learn any of his motivations about anything, you're like, wait, what?
And because like I think it's a good thing we have his perspective, which I'll get into that later, because like you wouldn't know any of this by outside. Like clearly everyone else around him is like, what is happening? Like even his like close advisor is like, what?
Yeah. Like, are you sure?
You are not this irrational. Like what is happening to you? Like I think you're the one going crazy and burning everything to the ground, not this peasant girl.
Yeah. But I think that the craziest thing for me, which like I'm thinking back to like my first read of it, and I should have maybe expected it, but we're still really new in the book, was learning that Samson does plan to in theory, plans to double cross Yasin and is like totally okay with him dying. It's just like, come on, man.
I think I just assumed he was like, because he's a skilled liar, right? I just kind of assumed that he's just kind of lying on both sides and was just kind of playing whatever card works best. I don't necessarily think he plans on killing Yasin, but I also
I don't think he plans on killing him. I guess I was just more, again, like consistently surprised by his motivations, which we haven't gotten his point of view yet.
Which I'm intrigued by. I think I'm just early justifying him in my brain because I'm still convinced I'm gonna like him.
Because you're convinced you're gonna like him?
I don't know.
I don't think that you're wrong. I think
there's something about him. I don't know what it is. It's the overcockiness. It's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Which I like.
But he's also playing his cards very close to home. So close to home that we actually have no idea what's going on with him.
That's the vibe that I'm getting. I feel like he has, like, how do I put this? I think King Leo thinks they're playing chess.
Mm-hmm.
And like Samson's playing D&D. They're playing different games and they have different motivations. But like somehow the outcome's gonna be the same. I don't know. Like I don't think Samson's as organized to play chess. I think he's a little more chaotic with his approach. But I feel like he's got like a plan here.
He definitely has a plan going on. So I'm rereading The Cruel Prince right now. I'm on the second book already, actually. And I have not been listening to it. I have been reading it, and I'm already like halfway through the second book.
Oh, wow.
I forgot how much I loved it. But it's kind of like if we didn't get any of the story from Jude's point of view, I feel like she would be similar to Samson, because all of the things that she plans to do are really surprising. And a little insane, but like we're getting all of it at the literally insane. But we're getting all of the motivation and justification the entire time.
And even then, it feels like weird.
Even still, you're like, really?
That's the choice you made. Okay. Yeah, no, that's interesting. I don't know. There's just something about him that he feels like the only one that is playing the right game for me, which I like. So
yeah. No, I like it. All right. Well, that wraps up section superlatives.
Woo.
Shall we going back to like the Aladdin comparison. Aladdin. This would make Samson Jafar, I believe.
Oh, well, I don't like that. I don't like Jafar.
And also possibly the genie.
See, if it's the genie, that's fine. I love the genie. I don't know. Jafar I do not like, unless we're talking about Desperate Measures Jafar, which is
Desperate Measures Jafar can get it. I'm not editing that out. It's fine.
If you have not read, I'm actually currently reading, so the author of that book is Katie Robert. Katie Robert, I adore you. I will read every book you ever, well, not every book. Most books you've put out. You put out a lot of books. But her two main series is the Desperate Measures one, which is her like villains, fairy tale villains, and the other one, which is what I'm reading right now, is her Olympus series, and a new book, and that just came out, and it's so good so far.
Nice.
I'm very excited, and I am reading that one. So
nice, yeah. So maybe he's more Desperate Measures Jafar, like. He only plays the role of Jafar in that he has come for the princess's hand in marriage.
Yes, I just have personal beef with Jafar.
And he's also like the king's like trusted like advisor, military sort of person in Aladdin.
I mean, I definitely think that's supposed to be who it is. I just don't like Jafar, which means I don't like Samson.
Yes, but I feel like it might be a Desperate Measures twist on Jafar's character.
Yeah, I feel like Samson has less of like a, I don't know, like entitlement to Alina.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, no, this was a thing that
he's very respectful.
Negotiate. Yeah, he's very respectful, even though he's like that cocky, swashbuckling piratey guy. He's like, no, we negotiated this and you accept, and like he waited for her to accept and all of these things. So yeah, I didn't like Jafar's like, she's gonna be mine no matter what. And I'm like, ew.
But he's also the genie because he like literally brings our Yasin Aladdin character into the palace and like, does the whole Prince Ali thing. He doesn't make him into a prince, but he like reforms him sort of. And it's kind of like a sleight of hand like illusion a little bit.
Yeah, kind of. They're like, just don't
Yeah.
talk about literally anything you've done ever. Just like don't
Yeah.
mention it. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. You're a guard now. Look at you. I got you a
Exactly.
job.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if we said this before, but that would make Firma Raja the tiger.
Mm. Oh, that fits.
Right?
100%. We have not.
Yeah.
No, that's so perfect.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so perfect.
It is perfect. I love that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Raja's
Which,
incredible.
fun fact, Raja means king.
Really?
Yeah.
Fun. I like that. She is the king.
She is the king.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to give a nod to it because I just love. It's nice reading an Aladdin like inspired story rather than like there are so many Beauty and the Beast ones out there. There's so many.
There is. It's because every girl who likes to read said Belle likes to read. She's my favorite. That's why.
Yeah.
Which is fair. She was my favorite because she had brown hair. Fun fact. That was the only reason. It was not the reading part. I was just like, she's the only princess that has brown hair.
Ariel was my favorite because she was a mermaid, which is funny, knowing as an adult that all she wanted was to be human.
My favorite was technically Pocahontas, but I could not dress up as Pocahontas, so I chose Belle instead.
Same. I did dress up as Pocahontas. I was in preschool. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, that's different. I grew up around Native persons, so yeah. I did not, but yes, yeah, Pocahontas was actually my favorite.
I think mine too. She was so awesome.
She's so cool. I want her hair to this day.
Me too. The blowing in the wind.
Ugh. Yes, and it looks just so flowy. That's the best part of the whole movie.
I know. I agree frequently. So hard. Mother, listen to this. She knows. She was there for all of it.
No, it was also my favorite.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, why don't we go ahead and go to Colleen's corner?
It's mine.
Taking a walk down to Colleen's corner.
Woo! You can tell this is much later than we normally record.
You can tell. We're both a little loopy. It's fine.
A little loopy. It's been a busy weekend. Okay. Let's go. Okay. So I actually was trying to decide what to talk about because like a lot of this is like just kind of build up stuff. So I don't really know what's happening just yet. But what I decided to talk about, we touched on a little bit, but I was talking about it with my mom today, is the different perspectives of this book and how it affects the way that we perceive the story because I like it. I know we touched on it a little bit, but I want to like cover it because so for this section, and I think it's a little more glaring in this section, all 3 chapters are different perspectives. So it's Alina's, Leo's, and then Yasin's. And what I thought was interesting, because I feel like a lot of the times with different POV type stories or books, a lot of the times it's 2 different points of view of the same scene. In this one, we only get 1 point of view per scene. Like, we don't get to see what Samson thought when they met Alina. We don't get to see what Leo thought when everyone met everybody. We only get to see Alina's. Like, we don't get to, which I think is so, like, I want to know, but I think it's kind of interesting. And, like, I'm curious about, so we talked about, like, a biased narrator kind of thing. We all have our own biases. So, like, the fact that we get different perspectives makes us, like, less biased. But at the same time, depending on the event, we're getting a particular bias, which is wild. Because, like, if you're looking at, like, I'm going to use that throne scene because all of them are in there. Like, we're seeing Alina's point of view that, like, oh, that, like, went pretty well, but, like, I wish my dad wasn't disappointed. We all know Leo was thinking of something. Like, Leo's a little plotting man in his mind. I have a theory about what he wants to do, but I'm going to get there in a little bit. Okay. I have a plan. I think he's not planning on them ever getting married, to be completely honest with you. I think that's why he's not excited about it.
I am intrigued. Okay, I'm intrigued.
I just feel like as a man who clearly loves his daughter to the point of insanity, to be honest.
Yes.
And married for love, I don't think he would want to put his daughter in a situation where she had to marry for political reasons. And I think he only agreed because he's not expecting him to live long enough or to be around long enough for that to be a problem, to be honest.
Ooh, okay.
But we can't see that from Leo's perspective because we would know all of that inside. I think Samson's kind of maybe in a similar boat, although I do think he plans on marrying her. But, like, he clearly has his own. I think the only one, I think the scene would have been really funny from Yasin's standpoint because he has literally no clue what's going on. He has the least clue. Like, his chapters are funny to me because he's just like, how did I get here the whole time? Like,
Yeah.
he's just like, well, I have to do this, and then I have to do this, and then I gotta do this. And like, I'm just like, someone give this poor man a hug and like
Yeah.
a nap.
He does. He needs both of those very badly.
Yeah.
That's
So
so
I
funny.
like
Sorry, go
the
ahead.
journey that it takes us on,
Mm-hmm.
basically, and how we're getting, like, the author is letting, it's kind of like, it's the same thing of using one person and only letting us see what the author wants us to see, but still doing it from different perspectives while leading us
Yes.
through, which I really like.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a different way to do it instead of just having a single narration. So we get a little more of the story and we get a fuller picture, but it's
Mm-hmm.
still only what they want us to see in that section, which I like.
Yes, I was actually I wanted to like also point it at like the same thing out where it's just like it's the whole thing of it's like the feeling of an unreliable narrator because you don't know everything and you're kind of being like dragged along, except all of the narrators are reliable. They just none of them have the whole picture. And
Yep.
because we're jumping from perspective to perspective, we also don't have the whole picture.
Yep. We have a fuller picture than other characters do,
Yeah.
I think, but like we still don't get like a full. I am curious to see the one that I think I'm so like we get a good perspective of like what people think Leo is versus
Mm-hmm.
who he is. I think same thing with Yasin. I feel like with Alina, we mostly just see her. Like I feel
Mm-hmm.
like we get a little bit of perspective from her dad, but I feel like we haven't got enough of perspective from other characters to
Yeah.
kind of see how other people view her, which I'm intrigued by, if that makes
That's
sense.
an interesting point. Yeah. Yeah. And like the, I think it's also interesting thinking about what we do know about like what the greater kingdom thinks of her. Like they don't see her. No one really
Which
knows anything about her.
maybe that's an intentional thing about the author that we don't like. The
Mm-hmm.
closest thing that we've seen from any other perspective, I get like a father daughter relationship. I think is a little bit different. So that's but
Mm-hmm.
like it's just her beating the crap out of like she if you're from Yasin's perspective, if we only had his perspective in this book, she seems spoiled and petty,
She
to be
does.
honest. Like that's
She
all we
does.
get from her is this like spoiled petty, likes to play games
Yeah.
princess, which is definitely not her. Like we understand why,
Mm-hmm.
especially from the previous chapters where she like met
Mm-hmm.
Yasin for the first time and we know what her fear is,
Yeah.
and like I mean he's the king killer kind of thing. Like
He
that's
is.
gonna
Yeah.
be her soon. I think she's is a little bit, it's not really spoiled, but like sheltered or like clearly not looking at
Yeah.
he he's
Like
from
the
this
bigger picture.
province. Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
clearly there's more to him than like even just from the way that he interacts. He is not someone that like he's not a Samson. He's not, you know,
Yeah.
swaggering in there proud of all of his kills.
Mm-hmm.
That is not who he is. His former, I would say tribe, but it's not tribe, organization, like
Yeah.
disowned him in the most public way for a reason. Like
Yep.
she's not,
Yeah. She's
for
not
someone who's
thinking about
bright, she's not
that.
very bright.
Yeah. She is leading with her emotions on this one.
Yes. Which I think
Mm-hmm.
she just does. Like I think that is just who she
Yeah.
is, which I think is going to bite her in the butt. And I think that's a little bit what her dad is seeing and why he's so worried
Mm-hmm.
for her. I think
Yeah.
that we can see that. He's like, she's just, she can't stand the fire kind of thing. She's too
Yep.
consumed with life,
Mm-hmm.
which emotional intelligence is not a negative, but I do think when you're running a kingdom, leading with emotion can get you and your kingdom killed.
Yeah, it sure
So,
can. You
yeah.
have to, yeah. Like when even her talking about like the weight of the crown being like
Mm-hmm.
heavy and it pinched her head. It's like, I think it was a metaphor, but it was also very literal for her at the same time.
It
She's
was.
like, I'm not ready for this.
Also, there's we talked about this recently. I have a
Hmm.
lot of crowns. I'm really into crowns.
Hmm.
There's like a little in most like royal crowns. There's this little cushion that they put
Yes.
that you'll see, and like sometimes it blends in with their hair, and sometimes it's like the color of the outfit. But there's this little cushion that they'll put so it isn't just metal directly on your skull, so you can wear it comfortably all night. Yeah. So like not like
Yeah.
that, but with more cushion.
Not like this with a cushion. I
Yeah.
think I'm going to wear this for the rest of the episode now.
You absolutely can. I don't have mine are all downstairs. You've seen mine. I have 6.
I have. I saw all of them. I think I need to take Jeannie out.
Okay.
So before I do, any other thoughts to add to Colleen's Corner?
Nope, I just liked the narration and how it was. I thought
Love
it was
it.
neat. Wanted to talk about it.
Yay. Shall we take a dive?
Dive
A
off that
deep
deep end.
dive.
Come on. Come on.
I don't know what's wrong with me today.
I think we're tired. I'm tired.
All right, let's dive. Okay, first things first. There are a couple of words that I want to draw attention to in this section of chapters. The first one, the the homeland of the Yumi, where they go to after a lot of them are killed by the prophet, is called Moksh. There's a word that is the Hindu equivalent of nirvana, which is a Buddhist belief, and it's that when you've reached enlightenment, it's called moksha. So there's an A on the end of it.
Put that A on there. Yep. Gotcha.
Yes. And so I don't know if that was intentional, but based upon what we know about them and the unsung battle style that they use in meditation and yoga are clearly very important. Moksha, so like their like homeland where they retreated to is like their like sanctuary, I guess, sort of, and it's like named as such, which I thought was interesting.
That is interesting. I like it. I would not have known that.
Yeah, and then the other thing, also tying in like Hinduism, they say stuff about yugs, which like the yug of the sixth prophet, etc., etc. That is a term that means like the era or the age of.
Okay.
So for this like belief system, each prophet brings about a new yug, and the sixth prophet was one of like the phoenix, burning everything to the ground. And when they're like, well, we don't know that the seventh prophet's yug will be the same, and King Lear's like, no, she's gonna destroy everything. So in Hinduism, there are 4 yugs, and they're like eras in the cycle of life. It like represents the cycle of time. Wheel of Time-esque, which is a whole other fantasy novel series thing. But essentially, like, what I think is really interesting is back when, I don't know if we're still in the Kala Yuga, or if it was like the first time President Trump was president, but essentially the Hindu cycle lined up so that when all of these like really devastating things started happening in our world, to be politically correct here, I'm not saying that Trump equals devastation. There was a lot of devastating things that happened in the world around that time, like COVID and all of that stuff. We were technically in the Kala Yuga, which is a time of destruction before rebirth. It is not a good time to be in, but it does signify the end of the first cycle, and then an era of rebirth and renewal will happen afterwards.
It's the start of the cycle again. Yeah.
Yes. So I think that that's also important to keep in mind, because I'm wondering if maybe the sixth prophet was actually the Kala Yuga, the destruction for rebirth, and the seventh prophet is actually going to be like a time of rebirth and renewal. And I wonder how much fire is going to play a part. Well, I know how much fire plays a part in it because I've read to the end, but I wonder how much fire is going to play a part in it.
That's fair.
But yeah, so things to think about. And so I just love seeing things that I like never have a chance to talk about, because like I'm not super religious.
Okay.
But these are things that I've like grown up knowing and truly, I mean, like believing in as well. Like if not literally, at least spiritually. So it's very cool to see them represented in a book that I'm reading, and I wanted to share that with everyone.
I like it. When you mentioned the fire thing, and this is a complete ripoff of Survivor, and I think it's really funny, but I do think this is true.
That's fine.
Fire can mean destruction, but it can also mean life. Like, human civilization and humans have life because of fire. We needed water, we needed food, we needed shelter, we needed warmth. Like, all of that is fire related. Like, if you're plumped on a desert island, if you don't have fire, you will die. Yeah, like you can't boil your water, you're gonna die. Can't cook your food, you're gonna die. Like fire
Yep.
is the thing that you
It's life. Yeah.
need for survival. So I like it. The more that I watch Survivor, the more, which I've always loved fire. I am a water sign, but fire has always been my favorite element. I think fire is my favorite. So like in the
I am a
Avatar,
fire sign.
I want
So
to be fire so bad. Like I know water is cool. I get the bloodbending thing. The Fire Kingdom, Zuko. Come on, come
Zuko's
on.
so hot. But you know what's really funny? So
Come
I am
on.
a fire sign. I am, but like my biggest dream is to be a mermaid and live in the ocean under the
So
water. And
I
I think the water bending is the coolest.
see. That's how I felt about like I don't know. Like I again, water sign. I love water. I do. I grew up around a big lake.
Yeah.
Like it's great. Maybe it's just because it's the opposite of me. But I'm like a little fire, like dragon. Make me a
Yeah.
dragon. Honestly, a phoenix would be fun too. But I like the idea of a dragon more. I want to like
Phoenix would
breathe
be
fire
fun.
onto people. I've always loved dragons. Actually, fairies have been my favorite, but in the same
I
vein.
think that that's so interesting. The Here's the thing. We were just talking about this in our group chat with our friend Allie.
Which
Is that like
Ellie?
Allie? It's actually she's also a water sign. So my two best friends in St. Louis are both water signs.
Gotta love a water sign.
And my husband is a water sign.
He is.
Actually, like I am fiery. You know this. You've seen it. I am a fire sign, true to its nature, but like I just love water signs so much. I love everything about water. I think fire is awesome. I do. I like building fires. We've had fires every night that it's been super cold. And I like tending it and stuff. But yeah, I think like it's that opposites attract.
Oh yeah.
They can repel very, very deeply, but they do also attract.
Yes, they can. It depends on the type, but yes, yeah. No, I agree with you. I think it would be fun. I do like Earth too. So this was always my thing. Everyone's like, "What kind of bending?" Although I will state, I did not watch Avatar until I was an adult, so it's hard for me to like have a childhood perspective. I think childhood me probably would have liked water just because it's childhood me probably would have liked Earth because I would have been obsessed with Toph. Because I was convinced, which is a similar but different vein, that of the Powerpuff Girls that I was Buttercup.
It is very similar.
Yeah. I would have been like Toph is my favorite, which she still kind of is. I love her.
But she's so awesome. I love her. Yeah.
But
yeah, no, I very much was always into the water bending. But I used to be afraid of fire. Actually, when I was younger, funny enough.
I was afraid of water, so
yeah. Where were we going with this? Fire.
We were talking about fire. Because fire is life.
Yes, fire is life.
So I feel like maybe this cycle, if you're following what it sounds like, the karma, it's not karmic cycle. That's more of a Buddhist thing, isn't it? But the cycles.
It's like the cycle of time. Oh no,
cycle of time. Okay.
Okay,
you also froze for a second. Okay. If we're following the cycle, it seems like maybe we're coming into like
a rebirth,
like which feels, even though it can be peaceful, doesn't always necessarily mean that the current structure is going to stay either.
Yeah, I agree.
I think is what Leo is feeling.
Yes, and what he's scared of it.
Yeah,
he's very fear-based.
He is very fear-based, which is common in parenting. So
yeah,
can't say I blame him, but still, especially because I'm assuming whatever happened with his wife is probably what led him to this.
Yes,
fear-based center.
It is.
I don't know what
it most definitely is.
But like,
I cannot wait for you to find out. I'm so excited.
I feel like I'm gonna have big feelings again.
You're gonna have big feelings. Speaking of big feelings,
yes.
What were some of your biggest feelings in this section?
I'm trying to think of the ones that I made the most noise about. When they were talking in the room and Leo was like, "Yeah, we're gonna kill that guy, right?" And he's like, "Yeah." And Samson was like, "Yeah, we'll do that." I literally go, "No!" I'm like screaming like a crazy person in my car, driving to him like, "No!" And I was like, "How dare you?" Because again, loyalty is a big thing for me, which is why like if he's not a very loyal person, I'm gonna have big feelings. And he's like teetering on that a little bit. So I'm like, I don't know. But I also understand the like actually being loyal but playing, you know.
Yeah.
He couldn't tell Leo, "No, I'm not gonna kill." Like he didn't have a choice.
Yeah,
Regardless,
for
even if he
sure.
had a different, because like it does kind of seem like him and Yasin are both like, yeah, like we'll clear me after you get married, right? Like I'm thinking Samson's whole plan is hinged on him marrying her, and then they can all like figure it out. It seems
They can all ride off into the sunset together.
yes. I also think Yasin, gosh bless him, is for someone who has worked in an assassin organization so naive, so naive. I'm like, honey,
Yeah.
he doesn't have
I
a lot of
do think
choices,
I think he's
but
very desperate, but he
it,
also is he's like banking on their shared he's banking on the fact that essentially Samson owes him. He's
Samson
like,
owes
you
him,
owe me one.
and like I think he assumes that Samson's moral compass is his own, and
Yes.
I think Samson has proven many times over that it isn't
It's
in
not the
fact
case.
not. I think there's certain elements of it that are there,
Yeah.
like very clearly during that thing, like Leo talked about his people, and he like
Mm-hmm.
very much saw Yasin, or not Yasin, Samson had like a physical like
Yes.
gut
Reaction.
reaction to it, which
Mm-hmm.
I think he took as a good sign. Interestingly, like
Yeah.
I think he took that Leo took that as a positive thing,
I
of
think
like
so.
a loyalty to something. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's what he's makes him nervous about, like Samson and Yasin, is they don't really seem to have a loyalty to anything. They're loose
Yeah.
in the world. They're kind of their own beings, and so there's not like
Mm-hmm.
a it's not like a particular grounded contact.
Yes. No, I agree. Um I we're pretty far into the episode, so I am gonna bring this up. Um we know that Sina, the priestess, she's thrown in jail for treason, basically, right?
Oh
And
yeah.
charged to help Leo find the new prophet or whatever. Leo's very unsure whether she's lying to him, what she's lying to him about, but he knows she's lying to him about something. Um, so we get really specific information about the prophet. The prophet will be burned the first time by fire
Okay.
to be marked.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, they will not be burned by fire again.
Which is cool.
Yasin has been burned by fire. He hears fire talking to him. It's not healing, which is not part of the information that we know to be true.
Yeah.
But it is something,
Yeah. No,
certainly.
I was a little bit like, they say it's a woman, but like
Yeah.
clearly, I don't know
He
if it's
has he has something to do with the fire.
yeah. Like I don't know if he's the prophet, but he might be like a prophet. Like I don't know. Like I don't know how it works,
Yeah.
but I'm like there's something, especially when it was like he said the runes changed, right? Like the
Yes. Yeah.
patterns
On his arm,
changed.
it's changed. Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, it changed." And he was, I feel like in my mind the most dude fashion ever. Just like, "Oh, it changed."
It felt like a
Didn't look
man.
into it. It's just like, if I ignore it, it goes away. No, clearly not.
No,
That's how you ended
no.
up passed out on the floor with no help when your window's open and you didn't do that.
Correct. Yeah.
That's what that does,
That's
sir.
what that does. I will say, and I don't mind spoiling this fact because it's a non-spoiler spoiler.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know who the prophet is by the end of book 1.
That's gonna drive me bonkers, I'll be honest.
We don't know who it is, and more than one person
Could be.
could be.
That's wild.
It's
I mean, I guess
so
it still
crazy.
could technically be his daughter. Like, we don't really know.
We don't know. And it's not just between Yasin and Alina. There's more people that it could be, which is like, it's like wide open. We have no idea.
I feel like if I was the Phoenix God,
Mm-hmm.
I would do that just to screw with Leo, because I think it would be so funny. Just to be like, burn that person, make him do weird things.
Yep.
Burn that person, make him do weird things. Oop, they're all immune to fire now. Which one is it, buddy? Have fun.
Right? I agree. I do feel like, and like we don't know that much about the Phoenix, but like the Phoenix cannot like Leo.
No.
It's just not possible.
Which is interesting to me because I do think Leo likes the Phoenix. Like he likes fire. He feels, but I think he likes it because he feels like he's conquered it. Like he conquered it without the help of the Phoenix. He did it himself. And I think
Yeah.
that's why he has this like hubris in his brain that he
It's
can
an
stop
interesting
it
point.
regardless of
Mm-hmm.
everything else to the contrary, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's interesting. Also, so we're reading a book essentially about a kingdom that believes in the phoenix, but it's a religion and they believe in the prophets. And you have these people not from Robbins, Samson, who are like, it's just a religion and you're like heretics essentially, and they don't believe that it's true.
It's a regional religion, yeah.
It's a regional religion, but there's very clearly like I think it's interesting because it's like it brings that like it's very clear that whatever magic is associated with the religion is very real.
Yeah.
But that leaves the question of like, is the phoenix? It brings religion into a strange light where it's like, is the phoenix real? The prophets are clearly, well, we don't know if they're real. We don't know who the prophet is, but there's
Yeah.
very clearly like some actual truth to the magic of fire and the control that people can have over fire. And it's like, well, if it's just a religion, what does that mean? Because it's also not just a religion, it's also like in practical reality as well. But
Yeah.
other people don't believe in it. I'm talking in circles right now, but it's just really interesting because, like, then, like, what I want to know what the religions of like the other regions are. Like, is Genthar, is their god like some sort of metal deity because they have the work over the steel? Is that their magic? Like, are
Yeah.
there beliefs associated with their magic? Does the belief inform the magic or does the magic inform the belief? And like it just gets really complicated.
I think what you're getting at is just religion.
Yeah.
I mean, and even in our modern form, I mean, different people have different religions, and there's very real parts of that religion to different
Mm-hmm.
people, but there's different beliefs
Yes.
amongst that.
It's just interesting because I don't think that we've seen a world that doesn't have that has rather more than one existing religion in it.
That's true. If it does, it doesn't seem to. It's more of like a belief system that doesn't have things directly tied to it, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
very interesting.
I also, I know we've brought this up before, but I do think it's like so. Fourth Wing has like a very religious element to it, but I feel
Yes.
like it's not an afterthought, but kind of
Mm-hmm.
almost, and like kind of same thing with Quicksilver. Like there is a religious element, but there isn't like a respectful element of it. I think they think the gods are kind of a joke, which is fair in that book.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, and kind of same thing with Fourth Wing. I think very much. I
Mm-hmm.
think both of those were written with a different religious perspective of like it's not like respecting the religion. It's more of like f the religion kind of vibe, which is fine.
Yes.
Totally get
Yeah.
it. I think this book has more of an element of like religion is very much a part of people's lives and it
Mm-hmm.
affects how they do things. And like even I think Leo would consider himself a religious person.
Oh yeah.
He just thinks he's going about it in a weird way. I don't know. I don't know what put in his brain. Like we see his brain and I don't get it. Like I think he thinks he's doing the right religious thing as a way to protect his
Yeah.
people, but
Mm-hmm.
like or like I don't know, or he's like one of those which could be part of it of like my soul can be damned if it saves the others.
Yes.
From my view, I think he's almost in that camp.
I
He's like,
feel like
I'm
that's
saving my
yeah.
people and my daughter, but I still think I'm gonna be damned. Well,
Yeah.
there's a concept of damnation in Hindu, but
Mm-hmm.
I think he feels like there's
There is.
that's from my point,
Yeah.
but like I think that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of the like the what I'm thinking of, and this is partially because my roommate is obsessed with this song, but like in Hunchback of Notre Dame, the main like priest guy has the whole song about like his soul will be damned if he goes through with this whole thing, but he still wants to
Yeah.
because of the temptation. I feel like it's kind of that
Yeah.
vibe with Leo.
Anything else about the chapters?
Um, I, I hope Yasin's okay, and I'm assuming he doesn't end up dead
He
when he
does
wakes
not.
up. I'm going to
He
assume,
he he
but
does wake up alive.
like, buddy, Come on. I just feel like, and I think it's because I'm comparing him, which is unfair, I'll be honest, to Aelin. But ain't no way she's gonna walk into a situation where a window is open and just be like, oh, I didn't leave that open. And not like,
Well,
that was
he
the
is
only
an
thought.
assassin, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, buddy. That's the naivety thing that I think, which I think is making him more human. Like, Aelin was not human in those books, right? Like, she's the superhuman assassin. That's the point of her.
She is. Yes, yes.
But I feel like
to give our guy some defense, he was not actually conscious. By the time he made it into the room, he was basically already passed out.
that is fair.
He is also he is no Jude Duarte, who in that situation would have at least made it to the window before passing out.
Yeah.
And she's a mere mortal.
I just feel like I'm just looking at him and I'm like,
I'm gonna say something.
Okay, I'm ready.
It's because he's a man.
No, I was like, his pain tolerance is lower. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, there is no way. Like, even in my mind, and maybe it is because like I'm a woman, but like if I walk into a room and there are things in places that I didn't put them there because like I don't have a partner.
Yeah.
Like if I had a partner, that's a different story. But like if I know that I didn't put that there, I'm backing out of that room so fast, or I'm grabbing the machete that I have under my bed, or the taser next to my bed. I have multiple weapons in my room. Like there's an option. Like I have a plan of action. So maybe it is a man thing of walking in and being like, "Oh, window's open," and I'm like, "What?"
It's because he's a man. He let the pain overwhelm his rational mind.
That is fair.
Men, we have no such option when some of us do have pain that could overwhelm the rational mind on a monthly basis. So,
correct. Yes, our pain tolerance is quite
way
high. Which is good and bad, I would say, to a point.
Correct. Sometimes when I'm like in real pain and I'm just like refusing to do anything about it because I'm like, it's fine. And then like it gets to a point where I'm like, oh, I'm dying. That's not good.
That is not great. I will be honest. I have a decent pain tolerance, but I am also someone that panic when pain happens. So I will be the first person to pop a pain pill. I'm like, no.
I love that for you.
I don't want to deal with because so the first time that I didn't do it because I didn't understand it, I was in so much pain that I ended up vomiting. Like that was to the point where I was like, maybe I should do something sooner. So now I just do it ahead of time so I'm not vomiting from pain.
Yeah. So, no, I didn't vomit, but like I was just like sitting in my car silently weeping and my dad was like, are you okay? And I was like, I don't think I'm okay. I think I need painkillers right now. And he was like, we're going to take you to get the strongest painkillers we can get over the counter, and you're going to take 2 of them. And I don't take pain medication. So like for me, that's like a huge dose. I was like, okay.
No, I definitely do. I will pop them stuff. But also I'm just like, I don't want it to inconvenience me. That is my number one goal. Pain is an inconvenience. I don't want to deal with it. Yeah.
So what we've learned is if we were Yasin, we would have at least made it to the window to try to close it and figure out what happened before letting the pain overwhelm us.
Or like look around the room.
Yeah. Look for clues. Like at least like take a picture, like a mind picture. Like, oh, I need to look at that when I'm not passing out anymore. So next week, we're going to be having a special Christmas episode. We're going to be reading this book that my husband got for me for Christmas called Jeanette Ivanovich, Stephanie Plum holiday novel. Yep, there's a lot of words on this. Visions of Sugar Plums is the name of the book. I finally got there. Yeah.
There you go.
Which is a hilarious holiday novella. And there's a little bit of like a mystery in there.
Oh, I like a mystery. It did look interesting when you.
Yeah. And it's about Christmas.
Oh.
So.
It's trying to. I'm going to stop looking at my phone because it's trying to connect. I can't hear you. Sorry. Give me a second. It's me. Can you hear me? Can I hear you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can you hear me?
I think you're coming through my computer, but it's fine.
That's fine. It's being weird. Anyways, so yeah, we'll have a fun special Christmas episode next time, which I think is going to be hilarious. No, I don't know the author. I'm still recording. Get out of here.
We're almost done.
Oh, she wrote One for the Money, which is a movie that I really like.
Oh, interesting.
Stephanie Plum is apparently a very popular series, according to my husband. So
cool.
Yep. So
Fun.
yeah, we're excited. It should be fun. We'll see you next time.
Should be interesting. All right, bye.
Bye.